So our topic is all about facility layout. Next slide. So, the learning objectives are first, define facility layout and explain its objective. Describe the design involved in facility layout. Identify and describe different types of layout patterns. Describe the factors rather affecting a facility layout. Define the meaning of workplace design system, determine the independent and dependent variables of workplace design, be able to understand store layout, to know the factors affecting store layout, and lastly, be able to identify the different types of store layout. Next time. So, For for an for an organization to have an effective and efficient manufacturing unit, it is an important that special attention is given to facility layout. So, facility layout defined as is defined is an arrangement of different aspects of manufacturing in an appropriate manners as to achieve desired production. So, So an effective facility ensures that there is a smooth and steady flow of production materials, equipment, and manpower at minimum cost. The next day. Next na day. So, objectives. First, kay, to provide optimum space to organize equipment and facilitate movement of goods and to create safe and comfortable work environment. Second is to reduce movement of workers, raw materials, and equipment. Third, to promote safety of plant as well as its workers. To fourth, to facilitate extension or change in the layout to accommodate new product line or technology upgrade. And last is to increase production capacity of the entire organization. So, in all, in all objectives, the facility layout planning is to design effective workflow as to make equipment and work more productive. Next slide. So next is factors affecting facility layout. So first is materials. So in materials, there is an optimum space needs to allocate for materials so that di bitaw siya samok kitaon or kanang di siya libog ba if pangitaon ng materials bitaw. Ang sunod is product. So product, a proper safety measures as to avoid misshapes or mispackaging product to avoid negative feedback and unhealthy food packaging siya or product side. Then next is machineries. In a machine, there should be a measure to avoid malfunctions may happen, and also there is an optimum space need to be allocated for process and technology. The next is types of industry. So better training of workers and supervisors, encouraging empower empowerment and reducing administrative burden. The next is management policy. So overall management policies and future direction of the organization and design of the facility will will be designed by the facility layout should consider overall objectives set by the organization. Para to bless.
I'm the second reporter, Judy Grace Organiza. Design of facility layout, flexibility. Facility layout should provide flexibility for expansion or modification. Meaning ani kay kanang ang imuhang lugar kay dapat naa kay kanang back up gani if example mo boom ang imuhang business, example ang storage room kay kanang pwede nimo siya inigkapohon, pwede nimo siya ma ma-renovate para magamit og kanang para magamit sa mga office inana. Space utilization. Optimum space utilization reduces the time in material and people movement and promotes safety. Ang kani siya sa dapat sa imong lugar kay kanang hapsay ra gani, hapsay dili siya gubot, nakasunod ra kung asa nakabutang ang sa admin, ang sa mga employment, mga ana. Capital Capital investment should be minimal when finalizing different models of facility layout. Ang kani siya, kung flexible na gani ang imuhang lugar, imuhang ang space sa imuhang business kay kanang gamay na gani kay kag magasto for renovation kung example mo boom na imuhang business gamay na dili na kag mo grabe example kung sa BPO kay kanang magkinahanglan mo lain ko dili na mo gasto mo abang og laing building na next please. Layout patterns in configuring facilities. Process layout are called functional layout or batch production layout. Is characterized by the grouping together of similar machines based on their operational characteristic. Ang kani siya kay ang kani siya kay kanang dapat kana ganing dili dapat dugol ra ang kanang mga example sa mga machine mo sa McDo. Example sa McDo kay kanang iyahang Sunday kay ang kilid ana kay nadi ay katong para iyahang blender sa katong mga sa Oreo para mix niya sa 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 Coke pod kay duol ra sad siya sa para himuo ka ng mga Coke float. Duol ra siya sa mga ice cream man. Nga. Next is product layout. In product layout, also called straight line layout, machinery is arranged in one line as per the sequence of production operations. Materials are fed into the first machine and finished product come out of the last machine. Ang kani siya kay pareha na siya sa process layout pero ang gikuan ng iyang product nga sa McDo katong sa example sa McDo nga example sa giatubang nimo ang kayang mga condiments katong mga mayonnaise, iyang mga onions, nya ang sa kilid ana katong toaster niya sa liyo ana kay ang iyahang grill para sa patty kana ganing dali ra ang lihok ba dili na lagyo ang imong aduhan dili na kasog oras nya mas kung inana kung example na daghang mong customer niya sa linya kana ganing dali ra inyong lihok dili mo di mo kasog oras. fixed position Position layout. This type of facility layout is used to assemble products that are too large, heavy, fragile to move to a location for completion. In the fixed position layout, machinery men as well as other pieces of materials are brought to the location where the product is to be assembled. Dapat before mo magbutang sa inyong mga gamit sa business dapat kay nakaplanado na nga kay para nakaplanado na kay nabe sa na mga machine nga dugay kaayo ma-move dapat planado na jud siya para kuan. Cellular manufacturing layout. In cellular manufacturing layout, machines are grouped into cells, which function somewhat like a product layout in a large shop or a process layout. Each cell in the cellular manufacturing layout is formed to produce a single part family that is a few part with common characteristics. Ang kani siya kay combination na ni siya sa process layout o sa product layout niya. Niya kay combination or hybrid layout kay kanang it is difficult to use the principles of product layout, process layout, or fixed location layout in facilities that involves fabrication or of parts, and assembly fabrication tends to employ the process layout, while assembly areas often employed to the product layout. Ang kaning combination or hybrid layout kay kato na ni naa na ni ang tulo katong process, katong katong product ug ang fixed position na ani sila aning tulo. Gi-combine na sila. Ya, ang akong kuan ani kay kung magbuhat mo business magpili mo kailangan jud planado jud ninyo ang iyong pagbutang sa mga gamit-gamit nga para dili siya mukawat og oras para mas daghan mong ma-accommodate nga mga customer og kanang kay kung daghang customer daghang pod biya ang kuan daghang pod mo daghan mo makuha nga profit. Next please. Ang kani siya kung kung high demand mo, kung taas niyang kung kanang ting peak season kay kung ang demand volume kay sa product layout kay high. Nya sa equipment ang equipment utilization po ninyo kay high, nya ang automation potential high pod, setup high, nya ang flexibility kay low, nya type of equipment kay high splice. Ang flexibility ani low kay kana ganing kung di ba mabisi mo dili nakakalihok-lihok example kay kung kanang sa McDo mag-order mode nya kana ganing kung cashier ra jud ka dili na ka muluto og price ana kay busy na ana na mo kanang assigned nga task ninyo gani sa process layout niya ang demand volume kay low kung mingaw gani ang demand low ang volume no kay low ang equipment utilization low automation potential moderate setup changer requirements kay moderate niya ang flexibility low niya type of equipment kay general purpose ang flexibility ani niya kay low kay high kay kuan ang flexibility niya kay high kay kanang pwede man ka maka lihok og kuan pwede ka example imong kauban kay nag-break nga pwede ka ikaw nalay mo kuan mo luto sa price ana ang cellular layout kung moderate high nya moderate nya equipment utilization high automation potential high setup changer or requirements low flexibility moderate type of equipment kay moderate specialization niya ang position layout very ang demand volume nimo very low equipment utilization moderate automation potential moderate niya setup or change over requirements high flexibility moderate type of equipment moderate specialization. Next please. Ang assembly line is a manufacturing process in which interchangeable parts are added to a product in a sequential manner to create to an end, helps lower costs and make goods and services affordable to mass market. Ang assembly line kay pwede ka nang katong sa example ganina nga pwede ka makalihok-lihok mo pwede ka makamultitasking inana ang assembly line balancing kanang kanang gihatagan mo assign nga task mo ra jud na inyo ha dili na mo example kuan ka example kanang assistant ka dili na ka mahimo janitor ana. Next please. Workplace design. Workplace design is the way our workplace is organized and equipped in order to create optimal productivity by workers as well as provide maximum safety of workers. Ang kani siya kay dapat kay inyong mga trabahante kay o kana ganing nakuan jud nila ilang kanang organized sila pod niya kung kung ang inyong kanang inyong kanang ana kanang tawag na dili kanang ilahang isig lugar gani kay dili sila gubot tan-awon niya mas makaluklihok pod sila jud mura
report, I will be discussing about the ergonomic workplace design. So, what is ergonomics? So, ergonomics is a science rather related to the suitability of an office design to people. So, we can say that an ergonomically designed workplace strives to be effective in fulfilling the functional requirement of the users. So, the ergonomic workplace design aims at improving work performance both in quantity and quality through minimizing the physical strain and workload of the working person. So, as we all know that people spend like a huge time, I mean, dako kayo nga portion sa ilang time bitaw, like sa ilang everyday life, sa ilang work. So, obviously that jobs requires to perform the same movement again and again, like if ibutang na to cashier ka, so magtindog ra ka, magsikag tindog like, or like call center maglingkod na jud ka whole day inana. So like kadto siya, like you need to perform the same movement again and again, so uh which might cause back pain bitaw, like back pain or like sakit bitaw sa kalawasan or like fatigue and such. So if ibutang na to, if your workplace is ergonomically designed, so those injuries can be preventable. So like for example, call center. So dapat like kung imong chair og table ang office chair nimo dapat sakto ra and like balance siya, or like kanang dali, like I mean suitable bitaw siya pag work nimo, like balance imong posture sa pag work. Next is facilitating task execution, which examples are ensuring effortless information exchange with the environment, minimization of the physical constraints, etc. So an ergonomically designed workplace improves productivity, obviously. So if the workplace itself allow workers maintain their posture and has like kanang lesser exertion bitaw, like kanang mga documents kay dali na nimo maabot, dili na nimo need mo tungtong inana bitaw. So like the workstation becomes more efficient, like dali na lang kaayo ang trabaho. Third one is ensuring occupational health and safety. So again, an ergonomically designed workplace goal is to eliminate discomfort and risk injury due to work. So in other words, uh, kanang like if mag-start bitaw ka, like if you design the workplace ergonomically, then employees jud ang first priority nila in analyzing the workstation. Kay sa workplace, like i-sure jud nimo ang health and safety nila bitaw, kay para marag walay mga kanang mga like dili, like to lessen absenteeism bitaw sa mga workers para mas mo improve or mas mo efficient ang work sa mga employees. Then the last one is achieving ease of use of the various workplace elements. So kanang wala na ilas mas hassle bitaw, like wala na mas maka-frustrate anang kinahanglan pa nimo mag spend og oras para sabto ng usa ka equipment unsaon paggamit, like grabe ha, kanang time consuming bitaw kayo na siya as an employee, time consuming good kayo na siya, kay like daghan na kag mabuhat ana sa imong work, but instead imong time ma-consume og unsaon or paghunahuna unsaon paggamit ang nga equipment. For example, printer. So ang printer kunwari like ang naandan nga printer kay katong daan nya karon kay nanay mas improve na dili ka kaybaw, so need pa like hassle jud kay siya. So makaingon ta that it is ergonomically designed kung like dili na ka ma-stress or hassle free na siya. For example, kanang mga storage or like mga storage for supplies, no, that can nang murag ibutang nato kana nga storage or supplies room kay diha naka-stock tanan nya, naka-label na siya daan, naka-section na siya daan. So it allows employees to find items without wasting their time. So we can say that it is ergonomically designed. Next is how to determine an effective workplace design. So the first one is safety. So the condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk, or injury. So like safety has never been important jud. Like as today, karon nanay pandemic like tanan. Safety jud ang first priority. So ma-determine na ergonomically design ang usa ka equipment or ang usa ka workplace if ang mga like kunwari call center, sa call center puro computers, puro mga electric something like mga electric devices bitaw. So makaingon ka nga it is ergonomically designed if kato mga electric devices don't have poor wirings, or ibutang na to, or ang mga desk ug ang mga chairs bitaw niya kay may marag secured ang fittings na maka-prevent bitaw siya og accidents. So that how you determine safety. The second one is job design. So job design, in other words, it focuses on fitting the job to the worker. So kung cashier ka, cashier na jud ka, dili ka pwede magluto, dili ka pwede like mag-serve inana kay cashier na focus jud imong work diha jud ka naka-assign. So like an effective workplace design adopts a design that suits your job requirement and your position. Then like mao na to siya. Then the third one is ergonomics. So takes into account the physical capabilities of people of while designing jobs to improve the productivity and safety. So from the word productivity, so it improves employees' engagement if an employee does not experience like mga discomfort, like mga strains, mga fatigue, like during their workday. So it can reduce turnovers or decrease absenteeism, and like maka-increase og employee involvement. So if we can consider that it is very effective kung kanang mo na to lessen ang absenteeism kay tungod siguro kanang ergonomically designed jud ang workplace nga dili jud ka makasakit-sakit dayon, and inana. Then the last one is workforce ethics. So it is a set of values, more principles and standards that needs to be followed by both employees and employees in the workplace. Next is the conceptual framework. So based on figure 1, as you can see that we can tell that H1 to 5 or the workplace layout, ventilation, lighting, establishment of equipments, the thermal comfort have significant relationships with job performance of employees. So use more principles and standards that needs to be followed by both employees and employees in the workplace. Next is the conceptual framework. So based on figure 1, as you can see that we can tell that H1 to 5 or the workplace layout, ventilation, lighting, establishment of equipments, the thermal comfort have significant relationships with job performance of employees. So before I conclude unsay relationship nila sa job employees, so I will discuss each workplace design. The first one is workplace layout. So workplace layout, it is an arrangement of office equipment, machines, and furnitures, and providing adequate space to office personnel for work efficiency. The next one is ventilation. Ventilation, very simple. It is the availability of fresh air to a workplace or building. Like, all workplace needs an adequate supply of fresh air para kanang stress-free bitaw. Then lightning rather. Lightning is like it allows like from the light, diba? If ngit-ngit dili jud ka katarong og trabaho. So the lightning itself allows or helps workers to better concentrate on their work with like fewer mistakes and increased productivity. Then the fourth one is establishment of equipment. So these are like set of equipments used by employees to finish a task. So ibutang nato if call center ka, imong equipment is like computer, headphones, and such. And the last one is thermal comfort. So thermal comfort, when we say thermal comfort, it is a condition of mind that expresses satisfaction. Like if sa usa ka workplace naka-feel ba kag tugnaw kaayo or like init kaayo. So mo ni siya thermal comfort. So I can say that or I can conclude that a good workplace a good workplace design or kini siyang lima kay leads to an increase of job performance. Ngano? Kay if the workplace design itself is bad or not good or is not comfortable sa mga workers, like it is not comfortable bitaw according to the needs sa mga employees, then the performance will be the performance will be affected. So if na-improve di siya nga lima, then the job performance will be effective. Ano siya? Then the store layout. This topic will be discussed by the next reporter, but I will be like magsulti ako what store layout means. So store layout is store layout is the design of the store space and the location of or placement of products or items within the store. That would be all. Thank you.
Hello, this is Paglinawan and I'm the fourth reporter. I am going to report about the types of store layouts. But before we will go and discuss the types of store layouts, let us first understand what is the definition and objectives of store layout as well as the factors affecting store layout. So what is a store layout? A store layout is the design of a store's floor space and the placement of items within the store. It is a strategic use of space to influence the store experience. And store layout is how the store is physically constructed to serve the customer. In short, store layout is the use of strategic floor plan and space management to influence customers' store experience. Next is the objectives. So, number one objective of the store layout is to create balance between sales and shopping space. 2 is to guide the customer around the store and entice increased purchase. Example aning entice increased purchase kay kanang musulod kag Watsons, and then musulod kag Watsons kay mong tuyo unta kay tissue, mupalit kag tissue. Pero before ka makaabot sa toiletry section, makaagi ka og makeup section. So dito nasangit ka, nasuya ka sa mga makeup, moto mo ning gawas ka sa Watsons nga duha imong gidala. Dili ra kay tissue imong napalit, kundi hasta pod ang makeup. So mao na siya ang entice increased purchase. So third objective is to create effective merchandising presentation. Kani siya kay kuan, a store will place attractive items at the door para malure nila ang mga customers. For example, kanang gamoling ka, nya makakita ka nga wala ta kay plano mo sold sa H&M, pero nakakita man ka nga nindot kaayo ang gisuot sa manikin nila. So mao to maganahan kang mosulod para mo check out sa ilahang other items. So dira makaingon ka nga kuan effective ang ilahang merchandising presentation. So next, use multi-level to provide sense and variety. Like sa kanang grocery store nga daghan og varieties and sections like dairy products, frozen items, personal care, etc. Then naapod sila kanang imported products aside sa ilahang mga locally produced nga mga products. Or kanang sa H&M nga kuan kanang naa gani designated floor para sa women's, men's o kids section. So mao na siya. So now let us proceed to the factors affecting store layout. So number 1, stock inventory level. 2, target customers and the average number of customers visiting the store. 3, volume and variety ratio in the product line carried. 4, total space available. 5, types of product or merchandise offered by the store. And 6 is the number of department in store. So now, let us proceed to the types of store layouts. First layout is the loop layout. It is also known as the racetrack layout. Loop layout is a major customer aisle, begins at the entrance, loops through the store, usually in shape of a circle, square or rectangle, and then returns to the customer to the front of the store. The point of it is to expose your customers to as much of your merchandise as possible. So kaning loop layout kay perfect ni siya sa katong mga product nga ang customers kay ganahan mo touch and feel, like kanang shoe store baron or crafts and home decor. So next slide. Kani siya diagram ni siya, or what we call the floor plan of loop layout. So as what you can see na ay red line. So this red line represents the path where customers can walk through. So kuan makita nimo diha sa red line nga kuan kana from the front of the store, past every bit of displayed products, then the checkout area. So ang customer ani kay kuan kana ma-expose siya sa lain-lain nga products kay usara gani ang path nga ilang sundon. So ma-maximize nila ang kuan product exposure sa kuan sa store. And then after niya malibotanan kay kuan i-lead siya dito sa checkout area, and then after checkout area exit dayon ka. So mao ni akong example sa loop layout. So dira makita nimo nga kuan pa-rectangle iyahang path unya na jud siya kanang clear path pero one way lang gani. Dira makita nimo nga na sa unahan kay nay kandila unyang tapad ana niya kay kanang mga bags or kanang mga lain-lain nga mga handmade products. So next is the grid layout. Grid layout is also the most traditional design as it's used mostly by supermarkets, pharmacies, and off-price retailers. Counters and fixtures are placed in a long rows or runs, usually at right angles throughout the stores. Grid layout is often referred to as a maze. So, I know that we are all familiar sa kaning arrangement ani niya, pero di lang guro ta aware nga grid layout di ang iyang term kay kita man siguro tanan nakaadto og supermarket. So kani siya, next slide. So by the way, ang kani din grid layout kay it is used when stores carry a lot of products. So sa kaning diagram makita nimo mao ni siya ang floor plan sa grid layout. And then kuan jud siya sa grocery store jud siya, makita jud na nimo kanang ang best example ako ani kay kana ganing sa kuan supermarket sa SMC side, inguna na jud na siya og now. Makita nimo nga na ay breads and pastries sa kilid, unya nasa kinaluyhan ang katong butchery, milk and dairy, unya nasa kuan sa pikas kilid, pikas jud nga side pinakadaplin ang katong mga cleaning and toiletries. So kana nya kaning grid layout is easier for customers kay nakakategorize na ang mga products. So na diha sayo na lang kayo papangita sa imuhang kuan sa imuhang mga tuyo gani kay dira na example mo palit ba karon og kanang snacks. So naara diha mga kuan ara ba karon sa biscuits, sa chips. So like that. And if you ever wonder nganong ang staple items like butchery, milk and dairy, juice and cold drinks kay nadyo na sila sa kinaloyhan, it is because this layout aims the customers to walk past through the other items on their way to the staple products, which results to additional purchase. Just like for example kanang kuan imong plano kay mo palit ba karon og kanang dairy product like butter nya kuan before ka makaabot sa milk and dairy section makaagi ka diri sa kaning breads and freshly baked goods. So nakakita ka nga hala naapoy pan, naapoy sliced bread. So mo to instead sa butter na imong paliton, naka-apil pud ka og palit og kuan kanang sliced bread. So mao na siya. So next mao ni ang ako ang example sa kuan grid layout. So grocery store, supermarket, mao na siya. So next is the herringbone layout. It is similar to the grid but with key differences. It features a main aisle from the decompression zone to the back wall, with side aisles go all the way to the walls. So kani Mao ni ang kuan. Mao ni ang floor plan sa herringbone layout. So, it is best suited to the stores with a lot of product on their shelves but with minimal space. So, kani siya similar siya sa grid layout when it comes to the placement of shelves. Pero unlike sa grid layout nga every end gani sa shelves kay naay space unya ang customers kay makalusot-lusot ra. Ang kaning herringbone kay gisimpig ang iyang shelves dito sa wall which results to dead end. Unya kay dead end man, dili kalusot-lusot ang customers. So, need sila mo balik sa agi para makagawas. Unya ang tendency ani kay makakos ni siya og traffic. Ngano man, kay magsugat man ang katong mga customers nga padulong gawas dito sa mga padulong sulod. So, that's all. So, wait sa. Mao day ni ang kanang example sa kuan herringbone layout. So, makakita ka nga ang mga racks kay gipang simpig sa kilid. So, balik jud ka sa agi if ganahan ka mo adto sa lain nga section.
So, hello everyone. I'm the fifth reporter and I'm going to continue about the store layouts. So, the next store layout is the free flow layout. And then, free flow has been called the simplest store layout because there is no defined pattern. So, wala siya pattern nga gisunod. Then, but, kani siya nga layout kay, tungod sa kay free flow man siya, wala siya pattern. Kay, dali ka nga, murag masayop ka og butang sa mga items. So, customers are encouraged to flow freely through all fixtures because there are usually no defined traffic pattern. So, next slide siya. So, mao ni siya ang floor plan sa floor layout sa free flow nga kuan store layout. So kung imo siyang nantawon, so kuan na gid siya kanang makasulod-sulod ra ka bisan asa nga part dayon panalitan diri sa manay blanket, so pwede ra ka motuyo kunya na mga candles diri, then naay bath nga kuan, then diri kay nasa siya mga kitchen appliances towels, and kini inani nga layout kay very familiar ni kay kana bitong na sa mga department stores, di ba? Inani man ilang pattern like makalusot-lusot ra ka. Pero tungod kay panalitan diri ka sa lamps, kung maglusot-lusot ka diri pwede ka makasala sa customer, inana. So next siya. So mao ni siyang example. And ani diri kay pwede ra ka molusot bisan asa. Nya, less traffic sad siya kay daghan magagianan. So next siya. So next is the 4-spot store layout. So this layout directs the customer on a predetermined route through the retail store. So this is also called the mousetrap. So nga na mousetrap man siya because every aisle in the store is maximized with customers exposed to all the merchandise offered. So pare-pareha na ni siya sa example ni Blessy ganiha nga kanang moagi ka sa lain nga mga items. So kung moagi ka din ha, pwede ka madani sa items like pareha atong like wala ta ka nagplano nga mopalit ani nga item but imo siyang nagian, so kanang kaganahan man ka nga item so imo nang paliton. So ang kani siya nga store layout kay kuan siya kanang nindot siya for the customers na kanang wala gani nagdali, but if nagdali ang customer pwede siya ma-irritate unya kanang labi na to panalitan ni adto siya sa department store no kay naa siya specific item nga paliton, but because kay first spot man ang layout sa store pwede siya ma-irritate mo na siya di na lang kumupalit diri inana. So next siya. So mao ni siya ang floor layout sa kaning 4 spot. So nantawan na kung imo ning sundon wala gid siya lain nga agianan kun dili kung unsa ra ang giset sa store, mao ra ang pattern nga iyang maagian. So next siya. So mao ni siya ang example. So kung padulong nimo moagi pa kag daghan kaayo nga items usa ka makagawas. So next siya. So next is the diagonal store layout. Diagonal store layout uses aisles placed at angles to increase customer sight lines and expose new merchandise as customers navigate through the space. A variation of grid layout, the design hubs guide customers to the checkout area. So small stores can benefit from this space management option, and it is excellent for self-service retailers because it invites more movement and better customer circulation. So next siya. So inani ang porma sa kanang diagonal store layout. So next siya. So mo na siyang example. Ang akong nabantayan nga inani og layout is kana bitang lave sa lahog. Inani siya kay kasagaran sa inani nga mag-layout kay kana jud nga ang mga baligya is mga wine, mga inana alcoholic drinks. So kung nakaadto mo og lave, makabantay mo nga inana ilang layout. So next siya. Next is the angular store layout. So, this relies on curved walls and corners, rounded merchandise displays, and other curved fixtures to manage the customer flow. So, luxury stores use this layout effectively because, according to Herb Sorenson's research from Inside the Mind of a Shopper, customers notice freestanding product displays 100% of the time. So, sa kanin siya kay ang kaning angular kay kabantay bitaw mo ng mga store nga murag naa sila kana nga gipang fix sa mga walls nila kay ang ingon pa nila nga mas dali daw na mas dali siya ma-notice sa customer. So next ay Bless. So inani ang forma sa kuan angular. So magsunod gyapon ang customer na gyapon siya pattern sa checkout. So next siyang. So mo ni siya ang example like kani nga inani kaning mga bags nga kanang naana siya sa babaw ba. Like ang angular man good kay ang pagka-display kay inani siya kanang gibutang siya sa mga inani nga design. Then kabantay mo bitaw anang sa silin nga store kanang silin nga kanang mga bags and shoes na inani kabantay mo inani ang ilahang nga porma because mas dali siya makitaan sa customer like kung imong itarungon og hanay ba like imbis dili ta sila mo palit makapalit na lang because ila man nakita nga ay murag nag shining shimmering ang bags didto. So next siya. So next is the geometric layout. Merchandise displays of fixtures of various geometric shapes and size. Offers artistic expression and function when combined with appropriate displays and fixtures. So next siya. So kani nga store layout is sa iya palang ngalan nga sa iya ngalan palang daan like makayo na jud ka ay ani siya yung mga shapes and all but kani siya nga store layout is naagyapon siya pattern like the past nga mga layouts. So next siya. So mo ni siya ang example. Inani siya. Pare-pareha raman gyapon siya og angular but makita man siguro ninyo ang kalahian nga na like mura siya gipurma ang mga merchandise iporma siya through kanang mga patterns. So next lang. So next is the mixture layout. This uses design elements from multiple layouts to create a flexible option for retailers. Department store use a compelling mix of straight, diagonal, and angular concepts among other design elements to create a dynamic flow through the range of departments featuring a variety of merchandise. So, kani siya nga mixture layout kay kanang applicable ni siya labi na dito sa mga dagko na kayo nga mga stores. Kay panalitan dako na kay imong store niya isa ra ka layout so murag maboringan imong mga customers. So dapat kanang dito nay part sa imong store nga kuan ang layout niya is angular na ay uban nga loop and and many more daghan naman tag nakitan so katong mga past nga layouts pwede to nimo magamit into a one large nga kanang mga large nga stores pwede magamit ang katong tanan nga prior ani nga kung ano store layout so mao na siya gitawag og mixed store layout so next siya so mao ni siya ang kuan ang sample lang ni siya sa floor layout so inani siya naagyapon siya pattern but mix siya so kanina na makita ninyo nga murag kanang nay angular nay geometric so inana siya thank you